Signavio, SAP LeanIX and WalkMe join forces. They don't just streamline processes. They help you transform your business as your business evolves. In today's session, you will learn how this powerful toolchain can help your organization unlock value and safeguard your ERP investments. Welcome everyone to today's Expert Live session, the second of 7 episodes. We are thrilled to have you join us as we dive into one of the most important topics in business today, managing business transformation. I have the pleasure of having here with me Vijay, Mandeep, and Mortaz Ahmed, product experts at SAP LeanIX. Mortaz is a principal solution architect based out of the Boston area. He has worked on several LeanIX product areas with some specialization in integration and the high-tech industry. Vijay is a product expert at SAP LeanIX based in Bonn, Germany. With over a decade experience in B2B, he specializes in bridging the gap between technology and customer value. At LeanIX, he plays a key role in shaping and supporting go-to-market initiatives for the ERP transformation use cases, as well as strategizing and positioning SAP's integrated toolchain. Outside of work, he enjoys watching sports and documentaries, reading and enjoying meaningful conversations about life and the world around. And now, without further ado, over to you, Vijay.
Thank you, Tania. And hello, everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. Just quickly, let me share my screen. And if you can confirm that you see the right screen.
Yes.
Great.
I can see everything.
All right. So as Tania mentioned, so this is a really key important topic for us, especially trying to understand what LeanIX, Signavio, and WalkMe offer as part of the integrated toolchain to our customers, right? Let's today explore the key objectives that our customers aim to achieve, especially through a business suite transformation. The first one being clear baseline. What this means is establishing a precise understanding of your current processes, your applications, the people that are involved, and also the data that we share, as well as other capabilities. Now, this baseline allows you to track efficiently and set your transformation goals, especially to build that solid foundation and a business case for your transformation success. Now, the second one objective is making these decisions confident. You aim to make informed decisions based on real-time insights and not just on your gut instinct, right? And this obviously reduces your uncertainty and enhances your strategic planning capability, and also making sure that your operations are efficient. Now, the third objective is, of course, trying to get business and IT together. Especially, you have challenges achieving this harmony between business goals and IT capabilities, which in turn becomes crucial to be able to execute. Now, customers often strive for these synchronized strategies that ensure technological investments, fostering innovation, and eventually streamlining their operations. And also having the high level of adaptability is key in today's fast-paced environment. Now, businesses often seek for systems that are flexible, evolving with market changes and also technological advancements. Also making sure that whatever they do, it ensures there is resilience and also a significant competitive advantage. Now, together with these aims, defining the transformation journey that you are facing when you're moving to SAP Business Suite helps you drive that immediate efficiencies and long-term growth and success. Now, while the goals of moving to SAP Business Suite are mostly clear, it is really important for us to also understand what are the hurdles that you face in achieving these objectives that we just laid out. Now, let's quickly look at what these facts state. So firstly, 70% of our customers have admitted that disconnected applications disrupt their decision-making ability. Now, this creates a fragmented environment for them, and that challenges the seamless operations that are needed to make these decisions. Secondly, 80% state that siloed context-poor data undermines and the benefits and the capabilities of the AI insights that they derive. Without comprehensive and integrated data, leveraging AI for your strategic insights becomes really difficult. And additionally, organizations are also losing an estimated $1.14 million in productivity every week due to these technological disruptions. Now, this represents a significant cost that highlights the importance of optimizing your technology use. And lastly, 45% of businesses that are operating on legacy systems are less likely to adopt enterprise-wide AI. Now, this reluctance can often hinder the ability to innovate and adapt to market changes, especially when the key goals for all kinds of transformations are true for true north success. Now, recognizing these challenges is really crucial as we work together to overcome them and fully realize the benefits of your SAP Business Suite transformation. But again, so that is why we are here. So we at SAP are here to help you at every step of your transformation. The Rise with SAP methodology is designed to support you in your transformation from monolithic systems to the modular business suite, and also to enable you to continuously innovate at your own pace. Now, our role here is to facilitate this transformation. So therefore, just to walk you through what this methodology includes, so there are three parts. One is the standardized framework. So we offer guardrails and clear steps that accelerate your transformation, making sure that you have a structured and efficient approach when you're embarking on this journey. The second is the integrated tool chain in itself. So this is our topic today, where it's a set of tools that boosts your productivity, maintains the high level of data quality, and also promotes collaboration between IT and business, and also throughout the processes that you embark on your transformation journey. And the third, it encapsulates with the architects and the experts from SAP. With their support, we provide the expert guidance for both onboarding and also the ongoing engagement, making sure that your transition from monolithic to business suite is smooth in your transformation journey. Now, by implementing these elements, we help you navigate the complexities of your transformation that you might encounter, especially when you're planning your transformation journey, and help you achieve your strategic goals effectively. Now, as I said, our focus for today is the integrated tool chain. So now let's just take a look at it. But before we start, let's see what concrete impact our help can you have. Now, when you look at classical transformation projects, we see three different phases, right? Discover and onboard, modernize and run, and continuous innovation. So on the discover and board, as this is the initial stage, that includes your preparation, strategy for your transformation. And here businesses define what exactly needs to be done, making sure that their plans and their goals are aligned strategically, and also set a clear foundation that turns your strategy into actionable steps. In the next phase, which is modernize and run, we usually see that this is the implementation phase, which is often the most demanding phase. And this is where strategy is executed and transformation truly takes place. And in the third phase, which is continuous innovation, so it's not just about your move, it's also about leveraging the newly established standards, the new processes, the new tools, where your businesses strive for this continuous innovation, making sure that you're always ready for any kind of market changes and capitalize on your transformation, the status quo. Throughout these stages, all efforts are focused on achieving specific outcomes. As you see on the right side of the slide, which is reducing the cost of transformation, accelerating your time to business value, making sure that your business is always agile, increasing that business agility, and also promoting faster innovation. Now, these priorities ensure that the companies not only transform effectively, but also unlock greater efficiencies and resilience post their transformation, and not just during transformation. Now, the question we often get asked is, are there options to reduce time and cost, or even both? And for sure, our answer is yes. So certainly, when discussing transformation projects, one compelling option is to leverage the integrated tool chain that we are focusing on today. And as part of the RISE methodology, it is really instrumental in driving success for your transformation. Now, let's start by focusing on reducing costs. Although there is a significant initial investment, the integrated toolchain can significantly lower your costs by harnessing the integrations between these tools and also throughout the involved SAP ecosystem. Now, it also utilizes best practices through processes and by analyzing your complete landscape and also performance and value tracking, and then thereby coupling it with AI-driven acceleration to streamline your transformation initiatives. Now, these capabilities ensure that your organization realize efficiencies and also savings along the way. Now, the next one is accelerating transformation timelines. So the toolchain is also substantially reduces the time that is required to build your transformation projects and also to execute them. And with approaches like plug and gain, which is part of Signavio, SAP Landscape Discovery, where you are able to discover your as-is landscape, and also the ability to plan your transformations and creating a detailed roadmap, and coupling it with Cloud ALM and also WalkMe for digital adoption, businesses can expect these key phases, and which means that there is faster onboarding, more seamless integration, and also functioning of new systems. And this definitely reduces the transformation timelines. Now, the integrated toolchain's effectiveness is demonstrated in the real customer scenarios, which reflects the 4 key dimensions, right? So moving on to the next question. So most of you might have this question. So what exactly is SAP integrated toolchain? Now, as discussed, SAP integrated toolchain as part of the RISE with SAP methodology offers a broad set of tools and solutions that is designed to help you transform your ERP landscapes towards modern SAP Business Suite. And how do we do that? By orchestrating the change holistically across the 4 dimensions, as you see in this diagram, which is people, processes, applications, and data. Now, what you see here is the fundamental tool chain, which is spread across the 3 phases and also the 4 dimensions that we just mentioned. So SAP Signavio solutions come into play for business process optimization, enabling your customers to analyze, manage, and enhance processes to gain that agility and the need for successful change. Now, on the enterprise architecture side, we have LeanIX solutions, making sure that you have the best possible architectural design, which supports and aligns your transformation goals. And for adoption, you have WalkMe, which provides you with personalized guidance and automation, and also boosts your user adoption for the new processes and the new systems in place. And finally, your digital backbone is again reinforced by Cloud ALM, utilizing the SAP Activate, and to ensure that the quality gates and the checkpoints that you've established at every phase of your journey is attained. So together, all these solutions are infused by AI, and these solutions empower you to effectively navigate your transformation, and thereby helping you realize your strategic objectives that you have defined for your transformation, and also with the SAP investments. Now, what you see here is the extended view. The previous view was the fundamental. Now here we are also supported by Solex partners, such as you have enterprise Tricentis for your enterprise continuous testing. You have Synity for your advanced data migration and management. And then with OpenText, we help you with archiving and documenting your access. This helps you build that data layer that is really crucial for your transformation journeys as well. So as we progress through these transformation journeys, it is really important to also acknowledge the integrations that we have and are already established, right? And as well as those that are being developed and are also in planning phases. So our focus here is on transitioning from strategy to execution across these phases for discover and board, modernize and run, and also preparing and running your innovation, right? And so yeah, in the demo that we've prepared, you'll get to see how all these tools have an interplay and what kind of integrations that we can leverage and how can you embark your transformation journey and support with the integrated tool chain. So let me quickly share my screen. So we've prepared a demo for you. It's a click-through demo. Yeah. So we've prepared a click-through demonstration. Basically, just helps you understand how these tools interconnect with each other and help you along your transformation journey. Right. So here we begin in Signavio at the Global Transformation Office, which is the transformation advisor. We leverage the AI capabilities to help you identify the business challenges from documents such as your financial reports and also uncover unrelated, process-related improvement opportunities. Now, our primary challenges seem to be addressable with productivity. And within what you can see here is the source to pay
Vijay?
Process. Sorry
for interrupting. You are not sharing your screen.
Okay.
Now, yes. Okay, great.
Thank you. Yeah. Great. So as I mentioned, we start with the transformation advisor. We leverage the AI capabilities to identify the business challenges, basically trying to get these from the documents such as financial reports and also uncovering process-related improvement opportunities. Now, let's engage with the business process management to understand the underlying root causes and also solve these productivity challenges. So Signavio provides insights into business processes and also their performances. So here we see a process map that shows end-to-end processes, each with associated performance data. Now, with the best run score, it also indicates the level of process optimization. And this data comes from process mining component and is also available out of the box for underlying SAP applications. Now, notably in the source to pay area, we definitely identify the opportunities for improvement. Now let's drill down further. And now here we see the lowest level of process hierarchy. We can see the documented process and it currently runs along with a data that shows the total spend and then rejected purchase orders and also the automation rate and purchase order creation. It's clear that there are still many steps, which is something to investigate further. Now, the data also shows which application is used to create purchase orders. And in this case, it is Procurify, which is a non-SAP system. And that's where we'll focus our analysis next. Right. And now looking at the LeanIX integration, we can see that this step relies on the IT system Procurify. Right. When we click on it, we find additional lifecycle information. Procurify has been end of life since February, and this means that our current processes depends on the outdated system, which currently is a business risk. Now we're dealing with a manual process supported by an obsolete application. This is something that clearly requires attention. Now, this lifecycle data directly comes from LeanIX, where it's defined and imported into Signavio and also mapped to the corresponding process. Now, let's switch to LeanIX and try to understand how it's being viewed there. So switching over to LeanIX, we can see that in the sourcing and procurement area that there are 4 applications that are being used, which is Procurify, Ariba, you have Fieldglass, and you have S4HANA sourcing and procurement, right? And now since Procurify is in phase out and while others are in phase in an active status. So LeanIX serves as a platform for managing and planning the applications and also gives you full transparency into the application landscape. Now, the information that you see here is transferred from LeanIX into Signavio to support your process definition. And you might also wonder where do all these applications come from, basically. And it is through the integration between LeanIX and Signavio. And that's exactly handled through LeanIX's capability, which is the automated SAP discovery. And with this, you are able to discover all your SAP and non-SAP applications. And all the discoveries are brought in through what you see here as LeanIX's discovery inbox. For example, if the customer uses SAP S/4HANA Private Cloud Edition, LeanIX can automatically detect the active modules and populate the application inventory. Now, these applications are identified automatically, as I mentioned, and are created as fact sheets. Now, this is where they are then linked as they are linked and also brought within LeanIX's inventory. Now, this way, the application landscape becomes more transparent without requiring the manual maintenance that you would rather usually do. And using discovery services, you can also populate your inventory continuously to make your informed decisions. Now, next, we move into the architectural and initiative planning. Here we see that we have defined an initiative for our RISE transformation that includes rolling out new applications like S/4HANA sourcing and procurement while discontinuing Procurify. Now, LeanIX helps manage this transformation by identifying all the dependencies and the impact that it can cause on your landscape, especially through the applications, through interfaces, and also the data objects that will be affected by this change. Now, once the initiative has been defined, we then synchronize it with Cloud LM. And this integration is also available out of the box. And as mentioned earlier, LeanIX is definitely used for high-level initiative planning, and Cloud LM is where we define the actual project plan. Now, after synchronization, an actual project is created in Cloud LM. Here, we see the activate roadmaps. You have predefined project templates for transformation initiatives, and these also include the quality gates. Right, and they also serve as our project cockpit and for detailed planning. Then we've now understood the process that's defined the architecture and also set up the initiative. So the next step is the process design and execution. Now, returning back to our earlier process, we saw a low automation and end of life application. Now, to remove, we use AI to ask whether SAP provides any best practice process models for procurement of direct material. Now, the AI suggests that SAP offers the best practice process map, and as you can see, one of them being J45 scope item. Now, this defines an optimal process for your direct material procurement. We can then import these models and directly bring them into Signavio for review and inspiration. So in our example, we take these insights from the best practice model, specifically that purchase orders can be automatically created from purchase requisition. Now, we add this automation logic into our process design and allowing both manual and automatic creation of purchase order, which then saves your time and improves your efficiency. Right. And so Signavio also supports collaboration where stakeholders can comment, review, and also provide feedback directly on the process. Now, this makes Signavio a central platform for your process design, allowing your teams to understand the current process, import the best practices that are needed, and then define the target process collaboratively. Now, once the to-be process is defined, we can initiate an approval workflow asking process owners to review and approve the new design. Right. And then after we receive the approval, we then synchronize it for realization with SAP Cloud ALM. Right. Now the process diagram is now synchronized into Cloud ALM. And now moving back to Cloud ALM, we can see that the exact diagram along with the attached document requirements and user stories are all linked directly to a specific process step. Now, this process-centric approach differentiates Cloud ALM from other tools, which are typically function-based. And here, every requirement and document maintains a reference back to the process defined in Signavio. Now, next, we define these test cases. For example, for the process to review process, Cloud ALM integrates with Tricentis, which is an SAP endorsed partner for test automation. So we can automate these tests directly. Now, this shows how the tasks and test cases can appear in Tricentis with the integration that we have. And it also works seamlessly in Cloud ALM for test automation. Now, moving back to Cloud ALM, we now use it for project realization and tracking. The project overview dashboard then provides you the visibility into the progress, the tasks, and the requirements, and also the quality gates that are usually required for tracking. Now, for project managers, can also track work across different phases and ensure complete transparency. Right? And this is where Cloud ALM becomes an ideal solution for managing all realization activities with every element tied back to the end-to-end process. Now, if a test case fails, as you can see here, we have one test case that's failed. We can easily drill down and analyze the issue and take corrective action directly from within the Cloud ALM. Right. And soon Cloud ALM will also feature an executive dashboard showing progress on clean core compliance across dimensions like business processes, integration, data, and operations. Now, this provides both a technical and business transparency for your leadership. Now, with all the dimensions tracked, we can manage compliance and progress effectively through Cloud ALM, right? And just looking back here on the demo, once we have the new process which is defined and realized, you can test and make sure that these processes are tested successfully. And then we move next by understanding what exactly do we have on the user adoption side. Right. Yeah. Now we also want to understand now we want to see whether the new process that is actually being used correctly. Using Signavio process mining, we can track these metrics like automation rate and also non-conformance rate. And what you see here on screen is using WalkMe to provide in-app guidance that helps users follow the process correctly. Right. We can attach guidance directly to specific process steps, such as instructions for creating a new purchase order. When users click the link, they are guided through the steps directly within the system itself. Now, for example, on the SAP Fiori screen in S/4HANA, when a user creates a new purchase order, WalkMe also helps by autofilling details like supplier information and also provides contextual assistance throughout the process. Now, if there are dependencies between different line items and projects, WalkMe can also easily identify them and also make sure that the user completes the form efficiently and accurately. Now, what you here see is WalkMe can also measure the user behavior at the UX level. Now, tracking how the process is executed, how long each step takes, and where does the user drop off. For example, in this instance, if 21% of the users abandon the process after the first screen, we can see that and take action. And these insights also help identify where users struggle the most and how can we improve the productivity. So together with Signavio, LeanIX, and Cloud ALM, and also WalkMe, which forms a continuous improvement loop from processes to the process discovery to landscape analysis to the architecture planning, realizing your projects, and also tying it back with user adoption, where your users adopt to the new processes and the new systems that have been born, creates a seamless and also helps you with a data-driven transformation journey. And that brings us to the end of the demo. And then I'll open the floor for Q&A. Tania, back to you.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you, first of all, for your excellent presentation. And so we have a question. Let me come to that. First of all, so what is the requirement for LeanIX discovery to work? Does it connect to Solution Manager in order to find the SAP applications in our landscape?
So that's a great question. So for the landscape discovery to function, so we discover SAP and non-SAP applications through the integration with Cloud ALM. So I hope that answers the question. So with the integration to Cloud ALM, we bring in all the SAP applications and also the active modules that are being in use. And directly all these discovered systems are then thereby brought into the discovery inbox for the enterprise architects to decide what do they do with these discovery items. Do they bring in directly into the LeanIX inventory, which means then linking these discovered items to either to the existing fact sheets, or if they're not present, then creating a new fact sheet altogether.
Good, thank you. Now, while waiting for further questions to appear in the chat, I would like to take the opportunity to ask questions we received from our user group members. And one is very important. It's, can LeanIX identify redundant or legacy applications that should be phased out as part of moving to a clean core?
Yeah, perhaps I'll bring in Moatas as well in this equation, and perhaps Moatas can take this question as well.
Sorry, a little bit of technical trouble there. Yeah, so with the reporting capabilities and the ability for you to capture the metadata around your applications, including the life cycles of those applications, as well as the underlying infrastructure, you can start to identify areas where there are, end-of-life technology, or there's applications that have reached their end of life that are still supporting capabilities or processes. So it is possible with the out-of-the-box meta model and the attributes they are capturing.
Great, thank you. Then other questions referring, of course, to licensing is always important, I guess, for all our customers, not only our members. So do these tools require separate licenses, or are they bundled as part of RISE with SAP or the integrated toolchain?
Yeah, so many of these tools are available as part of RISE with SAP, but again, licensing can vary depending upon the bundle and the scope and what your requirements are. So, for example, Signavio and LeanIX are part of your cloud ERP package as part of the transformation services and assistance, and and the integrated toolchain experience is also for RISE transformation. And again, like I mentioned, it all completely depends upon what your scope and what kind of bundle that you're picking up.
So it can be used also independently of RISE.
Yes. So all these tools can be procured and purchased independently, and they can be used for the scope that they have. For example, for enterprise architecture goals, you can purchase LeanIX and use it independently. And for your process governance, process mining, and for process analysis, you can purchase Signavio. They can be independently purchased and used. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And then many of our customers and members of the user groups use Cloud ALM. So can the changes suggested by Signavio be automatically reflected in LeanIX or pushed to Cloud ALM for implementation?
Yeah. So I'll take that, but again I'll require Moata's also to chime in his opinion. So LeanIX and Signavio both have out-of-the-box integrations to Cloud LM, and yes, the changes that are identified in Signavio, for example, your redesigned, your new processes can be integrated with LeanIX and update in your target architecture view, and also align with the defined business capabilities. And again, once these processes that are changed and are finalized can also be pushed to Cloud ALM for execution. This basically helps you transition from design to deployment. I think Moataz, if you can perhaps chime in.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that, other than that I would add is more specifically the as the process changes or the process model itself changes in Signavio, those are the changes that would get propagated to Cloud ALM to implement those changes across well, first of all, to capture the existence of the project that is meant to transform this process, but also what are those exact changes. So that's how you can streamline, changing or modifying or transforming your processes into that implementation phase by not having to rework a lot of that documentation. So you can, work on those templates that have already been developed by your business architects and process managers.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Another topic we often are confronted with is data management. So how does the toolchain handle data integration from non-SAP systems, especially when the data is messy or siloed?
So, Moataz, you want to take it? Or
Yeah,
should I?
I can take a stab at it for sure. And if you want to also give me your perspective. So the tools that we have available in the tool chain, they all have APIs that are readily available for you to integrate with other tools that are not integrated out of the box. So with standard meta models that we offer with our tool sets, clear pathways to connect and expose data and interact with data from the tool chain, but also through those third-party products or tools that you may be using. So that's how you can start to align those worlds together. The data being messy or data being siloed, that is a challenge that you're going to have to actively work on, breaking down those silos. We have capabilities in place that push people to be more collaborative. So that's our intention is to break down those silos. From a data management perspective, bringing in data that may require some cleanup is in a platform that is more user friendly, like Signavio, LeanIX, Cloud ALM. Those are meant to enable your additional stakeholders like business users to help you process through that data and make sure that it is accurate and up to date. But through that process itself, you also have that opportunity to clean some of that outdated information. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, hopefully this, gives you a good start. But yeah, Vijay, if you have anything to add to that.
No, I think you've perfectly summed it up. But just from the LeanIX and the Signavio standpoint, the way we integrate and bring in data is seamless with our out-of-the-box integrations, and that's how we import data. But again, both the systems are platform agnostic, which means you can ingest and analyze data from a wide array of systems through our open API. Regardless of the tool that you're using. And also from the process data standpoint, you can plug in your process data from non-SAP systems and then bring it into Signavio process intelligence to analyze them further and identify any inefficiencies that exist in your processes.
Great. Thank you so much for answering all of these questions we often face from the SAP User Group members. We don't have any new questions in the chat. I would like to offer to anyone attending now or watching the video afterwards, if you have any questions, just post your questions in the comments area underneath this video, and we'll be happy to answer them. And with this, I would like to thank Vijay and Matas once again. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation and answering all the questions. And big thanks to everyone joining us. I hope you got a lot of value from this session. And with this, I would like to wish everyone a great day, a great evening, depending on where you are. Bye-bye.